So, Katie, in trying to put together this devotional for you today, I had originally wanted to talk about Leah and Rachel, and they were, of course, Jacob's wives. But upon further reflection, I felt that God wanted me to talk about Laban, of all people. Laban, of course, was the father of Leah and Rachel, or Jacob's uncle. And I think he was every bit the liar and deceiver that Jacob was. I mean, the old saying, it takes one to know one, or what goes around comes around, would definitely apply to the interaction between these two men. You recall that Jacob stole his brother's birthright and his blessing. Well, Laban, Jacob's uncle, would try and steal Rachel, his wife. And because of Laban's deception, Jacob would end up working for him for close to 20 years before he'd finally had enough. And of course, we all know the account. Jacob packs up his wives and his kids and all of his possessions, and he sets off on his own. And when Laban finds out, he also finds out, and this is key, that his household gods are missing. And so he gathers to himself a large band of men, and they set out in pursuit of Jacob, probably to kill him, and then to recover Laban's household gods. Well, the God of Israel appears to Laban in a dream, and he tells him in so many words, don't touch Jacob, and consider very carefully how you deal with this man. So when Laban finally does catch up with Jacob, he doesn't kill him, but he immediately goes throughout his camp to try and recover his foreign gods. And of course, he doesn't find them because his daughter Rachel is sitting on them, which is hilarious. And then Laban, of course, makes peace with Jacob and goes. And I guess what is so interesting, if not utterly tragic, is that though Laban benefited from the blessing of the God of Israel while Jacob was with him, which is probably why he wanted Jacob to stay with him, and though the God of Israel tells him in no uncertain terms to leave Jacob alone, in the end, with all of this evidence, with all of this overwhelming proof, he still is running after his foreign gods. And I guess that points to the larger question of the human heart in all of us, that though God blesses us often abundantly throughout our lives, so much of the time we return to our foreign gods rather than acknowledge the God of Israel. You know, we go back to our entertainment systems, we go back to our own natural giftings and abilities, whatever they may be, our jobs, and we look to these things for our dependence, for our sustenance, rather than the God of Israel. And I guess in my own life, that's the battle that I face every day. It's in continually surrendering myself to God and learning that all things come from Him and acknowledging my utter dependence on Him. Anyway, just more food for thought for you. God bless you, kiddo.